Hey Rachel, that storm looks like a classic hurricane right there behind you. You can see the eye, which has really become well defined in the last 24 hours after passing over Cuba, now traveling over very warm waters in the Gulf of Mexico. And now that we're getting closer to landfall, the goalposts are shrinking. Yesterday, it appeared a landfall anywhere from Fort Myers to north of Tampa would be possible. But now, following the trends in this storm, it appears a landfall somewhere between Tampa and perhaps Fort Myers, and maybe even just south of there, is possible. This puts at least part of the Florida Gulf Coast in the worst part of this hurricane, because the right side of a landfalling hurricane is the worst side. The reason for that, the wind is blowing right on shore. That means that in this part of the hurricane, as it makes landfall, the highest storm surge flooding from the ocean moves on land. There are also very often the strongest winds in this part of the storm, and there can even be tornadoes on the east side of a landfalling hurricane. Exactly where it makes landfall will be very important. If it happens to make it all the way up to Tampa, then they will see very significant storm surge flooding as well. But if the landfall is a little bit farther south, closer to Fort Myers, as has been suggested in some of the recent data we've seen, then it's that part of the Gulf Coast that will see the worst impact. Rachel's back with much more coming up in just a bit.